I'm at Tsugawa Nursery in Woodland, Washington with Brian. And Brian, you know, I love coming here because you have a specialty in pond plants and pond maintenance, pond care. And so it's so great to come and see all of these kind of plants.
Yeah, it's hard to believe it's that time already, you know. It just seems like it was February. But anyway, yes, pond plants is that time to start getting ready for the garden, you know, the water gardening. Kind of breaks down to like three kind of basic plants. You know, we have the floaters, or the ones that are on top.
Okay, which one is this?
That's the water lettuce there.
All right.
Pretty much is going to be like an tropical plant, annual. We don't really try to winter them over because they just don't look very well. It's actually like an annual, like, you know, marigolds or geraniums or anything else, just start new. And there really hasn't, that I've found, a secret on wintering them over very well where they look attractive anyway.
So come get them fresh.
Yeah, I think they're $2 a piece or something like that. So kind of an inexpensive item to put in.
And what do they do for the pond?
Well, basically what that's going to do is you have some roots, you know, they're not really aerial roots, but they're going to be they're denitrifying all the excess that the fish are giving off, or so they kind of clean it up or filtrating. And then they also would shade the water from the sun heating up without it being anything covered up on top. It doesn't allow the sun to kind of heat up the water. Fish usually like it as cool as possible during the summer.
Oh, perfect. And then what about, say, like the marsh marigolds? What would that one do?
Well, this would be kind of what we would put on your shelf, what we call a shelf, or right on the margins of the plants or the pond. And basically, once again, these are probably going to be containerized, and yeah, it is pretty much. You know, you just pretty much going to be that shelf right at 1 foot at the water. You just set it around. It kind of helps camouflage the edges. You know, where you have the liner or the fabricated pool or whatever it is. It just kind of helps soften that, make it a little more natural.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then there's the submerged ones like the water lilies, which is right here.
Yep, that's right. Those ones you would probably go down about 15, 18 inches or whatever, bog plants. Again, they're going to have, you know, mostly talking about water lilies, or the ones that are a little deeper than 12 inches off that shelf. So their leaves would probably be going to the top, and as you can see down here. So these would be up on the top, shading down. And again, the roots would take out, you know, they do their job on, you know, shading the water and then filtrating out the excess.
And what's interesting is, you know, they're just like the perennials that are be in your garden. There's time to be dividing them. Yep. So how would you divide this one? It's kind of an old one.
You know, you could, what would you, like a glad, or I don't know, you can see that
iris,
rising. Yep, exactly, iris. Right. So you're looking for like 2 to 3 eyes, divide that up, you know, so you're going to have little chunks like that, and easily you'll have more to come up just by division. Make sure you have a couple eyes, cut that off, put that in the soil,
and you would use these little baskets?
Well, yeah, what you would want to use, I mean, you can use nursery containers, but it's kind of hard to keep the soil wet. So as you can see, you got the netting, or a net pot. Water comes through all sides and the bottom. It makes it a little easier.
And you use special soil?
It is an aquatic planting mix. A lot of it's just medium. Like, a lot of it's just like, it's a non-soil, it's a soilless.
It's not really a soil,
right. So it would saturate and help go down to the bottom.
And then I see that you have some fertilizer. So really, for your plants that are the ones that you're not dividing, you want to fertilize them too.
Yeah, these would be like just little tabs, and you kind of put them into the soil, but they're going to be long lasting, so they don't really, I mean, it's going to be kind of an organic base, so you don't really have to worry about chemicals getting into the water for your fish or plants, but it would last a lot longer than a normal other slow release.
So really, just like your regular garden, there's things to do for your pond gardens too this time of year.
That's right. You got to get the list ready on the water gardening too. So
if you have any other questions, come out to talk to Brian and his staff and really get your pond going so you can enjoy it all summer long. Thanks so much for all the information.
Thanks, Judy.